Hello everyone and welcome to my first impressions video of the Akina Handbrake and the Pikes shifter. Now, sequential shifter, handbrake, it is a linear handbrake, so it is on an axis, it's not just a button, so you can't just click. It is fully linear, so you just have to bear that in mind. I'm just going to move my phone quickly because that's in the way. So you do have to bear that in mind with the handbrake. Now the shifter, sequential, very positive clicks. I do believe it takes about 2.5 kilograms of force to engage from the magnets, and then you have the spring there, which is nice, and there's just a little click, so you don't have to fully put it back to the middle to be able to shift like that. You can just go, which is a nice little thing. So the few things that I'll note about my experience so far with 3D Wrap is that it's been an absolutely fantastic experience, from getting the sponsorship, well, partnership, whatever you want to call it, for them sending this out for a 30-day trial period, and if I sell 3 of either one, I'll get to keep these for free. However, if I don't, I have to pay for these. Now, I do get a 30% code off, so at this point, you know, I'll give you a little bit more info on these. Sorry, you'll probably hear my child in the background. She's eating chocolate at the moment. So one thing I will say is, regardless of if I sell 3 of these products or not, I'm going to buy them. Now, that's not me saying that for 3D Wrap's sake. That's me saying that for my sake. Now, there's a few things that I would like to note when I go through this. So, the first one is packaging. Now, as someone with sensory issues, I did not like the packaging. The packaging was very, very good, but it's just the texture and the sound of the packaging. For me, I didn't like it. However, it protected the products. It did a good job on protecting them from any damage. So there was a little bit of damage to the, I don't really want to call it foam, but to the foam that came with the product. Now, what I do like about these is that the packaging, I'll put them up on screen right now. So there was a foam 3D wrap label, well, logo on top. Then you lifted that up, the handbrake was there with the handle off of the handbrake. Now, it was very easy. It was just these 2 bolts. You undid those, slot this in, and it's good to go if you're mounting it to a rig. Unfortunately, I don't have a little handbrake mount here. I just don't have it for the seat. So I asked them for table clamps, and these are, realistically, they're a little bit of a hassle to put on, but they're not too bad. So this black piece here, there's one on the shifter as well. So I know you can't really see the shifter right now, but there's a black piece on the shifter, the same area. So the clamp piece is 2 bits here. Now, with that being said, the one thing I will say about the clamp system that they do have, this little black piece that you replace the metal rig clamp, that needs to have rubber on the bottom. That's the only feedback I have for that, is that I would like to see rubber on the bottom, because it doesn't have rubber, it wobbles a little bit. So it does also have a screw hole at the bottom, so if you do have a rig that will allow you to just screw that part in instead of the whole thing, and you can use the desk mount part as well, do that, because it would just make it a little bit nicer to feel. I mean, driving you don't feel it, so I don't really feel that. It doesn't move from side to side when I pull it. It's just if I do that, it moves like that. But like this, it doesn't move. It's very sturdy. Now, there are little bits on the corner here where the fabric is pulled down. That might be a little bit irritating if you're driving without gloves like I do. If you're driving with gloves, not an issue. Just be cautious of that. It might just be a little bit irritant on your skin. But with that being said, sorry, my child is now throwing chocolate, which is fun. With that being said, it's a fantastic product, and it's very, very sturdy. My glasses are falling off. One moment. But I really like the handbrake. So I went from a Logitech shifter, using that as a handbrake and a sequential, which was was very, very much awkward. So it was 2 down, 3 up, and 4 was handbrake. This is very much just straightforward. It's up, 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 down, down, down. There's my child shouting again. Have a bottle. There you go. Oh, kids. But yeah, so feedback for the shifter is very, very good. It's very nice and sturdy. My table's just not very good. Up to this point, it's quite soft, and then you get to the actual rubber piece at the back, which is about in this area somewhere, I think. I just need to fix my glasses while I'm talking about this. The stopper is very, very good, and it does have a bit of a squeak to it, but it's not a bad squeak, so it's just a light little eek from the rubber and the metal connecting. Now, one thing to say about that is it's not annoying. It's just, in fact, it's kind of satisfying to hear it when you're pulling it. If you drive with headphones on, you won't hear it, so there is that. For the shifter, however, a little bit of play. Now, I'm just going to drive while I talk about this. So, the shifter's play, you don't notice it while driving. That is something that I will cover in a moment as well, what I just did there, which you might have seen. So shifting, because I went from a Logitech shifter, which is a lot smaller, I also had it up here. So you might see me reach up here and then go down here, so there is that, bear that in mind. But one thing that I tend to do, because I use the Logitech shifter, is come down to here and not activate the actuator, which is just it's activated. So bear that in mind. That's not the product, that's me being stupid essentially. But the handbrake and shifter both feel absolutely amazing. It's just, there's a little bit of play there, and the reason for that is the way that the mechanical aspect of it works. So there's 2 magnets either side connecting each other like this. If you push it forward, it goes like this. If you push it, well, pull it back, it goes like that. So it's that sort of system, so that's why there's a little bit of play like that. So again, you don't really feel it when you're driving. But this handbrake is phenomenal. I mean, obviously if you're just looking at the price and you're like, oh, that's, oops, and you're just looking at the price and it's sort of like, oh, do I do this? My advice to you is 100% yes. Now, you could obviously just buy an e-brake from eBay and it'll do the same thing really, but this feels so nice, and it's not that much bigger than the shifter, so obviously some people might not like that. I honestly don't care. It's an e-brake that I didn't have to begin with, so, you know, I'm just happy I have an e-brake. Now, you are going to see me drive awfully right now because I'm talking and not focusing. And I also have a child in the background as well, which definitely doesn't help. But, yeah, so feedback is very, very positive. Can you be quiet, please? Do you want me to open it? Come here, give it. I'll open it. There you go. Be careful. Be very careful. Sorry. So, she's got chocolate all over me as well. So yeah, the handbrake and shifter feel is very, very good. And I'm not saying that because 3D Wrap are making me. They have no sway over what I say. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't get to keep these for free unless I sell them. Now, on that note, code HeartOfJam5 on 3D Wrap on these 2 products. I think it also works for the bundle, which does work out cheaper initially as well. So instead of being 300, I think it's 18 euros, it comes out as 289 euros, I think. I might be wrong with that, but it's under 300 euros, I know that much. So with the bundle together, and then you can get the 2 desk clamps, which you do have to pay for, but I would say it's worth it if you need it. But the handbrake itself is definitely my favourite part, because going from no handbrake to a handbrake was very, very useful for me, at least. I mean, I don't need to rip the handbrake for this, but my lord, is it satisfying. no need to rip the handbrake, but you just rip it and go. It feels amazing. Now, one thing I will say is that I'm not used to the setup. So I used to have my shifter being the Logitech shifter, which was also the e-brake as well. And I could just pull that back and then sort of tug it to the side and it would shift while handbraking. I can't do that now. So I have to, and then I'm good to go. So bear that in mind if you have used the Logitech shifter the way that I did, which I hope not, but you saw me go to rip the handbrake. I'll do it here because I need to. But yeah, I have no words for how good this feels. So if you are upgrading from a Logitech shifter to the sequential, if you like sequential that is, then it's very much worth it. So hell, even just their mods for the Logitech shifter is worth it. The company seems very, very nice. So I'm not going to say the name of the person that I was speaking to because I don't know if I'm allowed to, but very, very nice person. Absolutely gracious with everything, and you know, just a really cool person. So far the customer experience, although not really a customer yet, I might be if I have to pay for them, but you know, customer experience so far has been very good in terms of speaking to the partnership team or just email team. I'm assuming it's the same people that you get to talk to if you just emailed about a query, but very, very good on that side of things as well. So I would highly recommend 3D Wrap as a company. It's just a very good experience. I mean, from Italy to England, it took 2 days to arrive. So I spoke to the person I was speaking to on the Friday last week, and they sorted all of that out and it got shipped. Now obviously the shipping didn't start until Monday, so I'm gonna say over the course of Monday it had arrived by Tuesday. Now I say arrived by Tuesday, I wasn't in for the delivery, so it got delayed until Wednesday. Now that's a me thing, again, nothing to do with the courier service or 3D Wrap, but there is that to think about. So my views on these so far is my child is talking. My view on these so far is very, very positive. So I would highly recommend these. In fact, both products, to be honest with you. It's just such a satisfying feeling. Again, I don't need to rip the e-brake, it's just... Oh, I should have clutched in a bit more there, and just more RPM, but oh well. Hitting the Bravo jump like a weeb. But yeah, very much a good shifter setup, and an even better e-brake setup. Now, I am going to be talking about this in 2 weeks, so I'm going to have a 2-week sort of user experience. 2-week user experience, and I will also have a 1-month user experience video, and there will be a review with that video, so there will be that. Now, so far, all I can say is that very, very positive views. I can't stress enough how positive it has been so far. Now, I'm going to try and drift in third person just so you guys get some enjoyment out of this instead of purely listening to me ramble about a product. Oh, I have smoke on like crazy. Maybe not. Okay, yeah, so that isn't happening, but I'll do a little run through the entire street here. So we'll start in neutral and we'll go from there. So you may see me just mess up by not clicking that though, so again, that's a me problem, not a shifter. So let's get through it. Feels very, very good. So I also have a 2-minute video of a GT3 Porsche, and it was very good for that. I mean, do you want that again? It was very, very much good for that, but you know, you want to use paddles for that, but beggars can't be choosers, I guess. Let's try and hit my entry with this setup, why not? Ah, nearly. I'll take it, I'll take it. But enough of me messing about now, so I will pop a video clip up at the end right now, so give me a couple minutes and I will do that for you guys. So I look forward to that, and yeah, I will be back momentarily to hit this wonderful clip for you guys.